Welcome back to the Football Experience, episode 26. This is a podcast that details a life of a sport person, be it a player, a coach, or a football administrator. Tonight, we have the current Township Rollers Assistant Coach, former home defenders, the Athletico Mokgosi, Letlapeng, Taung Young Strikers, Wilshere Oarabile Seabo. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host. Welcome to the show. Mdemos.
Sure, Kimal.
Yeah.
How's it?
Thanks for having
me, Kimal. I'm very, very honored to be part of the show.
Yes.
The nickname is Khagala during my playing days. For example, the name Jikosi came from how I used to be a very, very tough player in the field of play, especially. I used to be a very, very tough player.
Yeah.
So Lina la Jikosi never go bita Khochanama. Like how tackle tata tsana hard inside more playing. So I became famous for that because so we used to play the 5-a-side, so I was very good at that. Yeah, that's where the name Jikos came from.
Even Demba like
and then the name Demba. I was still working for the Southeast District Youth Empowerment Association, Koramotsa. We used to debate a lot of EPL football. So Nagwa thing, there was a team called Newcastle. You know Newcastle. There was a player called Dembaba.
Yeah.
I loved the boy very, very much. So near the weekend, I go really.
Yeah.
Monday was playing next time. So that's where the name came from. That's when we get small like it's a good pillar.
Why would you sure? Kijiko say Dembaba Wilshere.
Yes, and then the Wilshere name. Actually, it should have been my official name, about 2010.
Yeah.
During our days, go City, then go Toronto, go Ramos. We used to have volunteers to go England. So there was a guy called Nick Levet. He was part of the Football Association.
Yeah.
Go UK.
Yeah. So
Nantata blind. So Abam Palina Lela Wilshere. And the way you play, the way you think. Jack Wilshere was Arsenal. So that's where the name came from. And I'm giving you this name. Have it, if possible, let's say in an official name for it. But I've never registered as an official name. So that's how I was called Wilshere.
Right. Now let's look at your family. What's some family where were you born? How many siblings do you have?
Okay. Some family nya dabatsadi ba babedi from Ramotsa ko khosing ya Khologolo. Kana ka go di shopong. My late dad was a musician. Was a guitarist, and that's the route that he wished I could have taken. And then my mom was a teacher. I have 4 siblings. I have 2 sisters and 1 elder brother. So we are 4 in our family. So yeah, but we reside from Ramoso.
Now take us through your early childhood days. How did you grow up in Ramos?
Yes, Ramoto is a very dynamic place in the sense that during our days in the Zamadu blind, there was, I would call them the sporting code.
Yeah.
Body Ali, Matam, kana football amarab.
Yeah.
Whereby we collect amarab the team and play kadi mabole. That was the most famous sport during our days. And then Ronaldo Ali. So most of the time Ali will resort to Maraba because I knew we were there. No one will ever beat me.
Yeah.
So I was very, very good there, and that's where I developed the love for football. But those are the 2 things that we really played during our early days. Yeah.
So what's and then in terms of your primary, how far did you go? Similar guy wa fella guy.
Hey, Simon school Sami go Mokgosi Memorial School. And then towards my standard 7, then go Seabo, mainly because Mokgosi is a problem in terms of the guys I was going with. And because he's now approaching standard 7. And that is when we moved to Boatla now. So I began to complete my standard 7 ko Mokgosi, ko Seabo primary school. And then I went on to join by to CJSS, still ko Ramotsa, e be ke a Kagiso.
All was girl no dala disc.
Ay, not free. Yes, go primary school ke gladi. And then junior school we were introduced to different sporting codes because I was a PE person.
Yeah.
My former teacher go junior school was PE na video Mr. Lebote. Now you can play any sporting code because I've seen her topic because girl more class and what you are very good at that. So nigga 1 hour 8 there was too much competition go football. We got or how get like time.
So no was good.
No, so this said or no take time I started a badminton.
Yeah.
I badminton one or another coach with single then I will fail.
What I did.
Then I went can I go table tennis? Table tennis. Kaza so when I don't find we get some Malene go by quick. Had the David Tamuch, he's still around, he's a very close friend of mine. Now look what's blind, but I'm going to classmate that. So I go when I got Matawoga Hall and deadly thing got table tennis. I'll never be able to be above him. I will get chase. Can you get can we go to netball Amajit? How I'm going to play. So I ended up giving a netball Amajita. I played you get like hell like it's then you get to but in terms of football at junior level I didn't play. Then we went to Cariso. When you get to Cariso, there was worse. Can't go there were players who were playing for first division teams, Killer Agents, Letlapeng. Then now it was totally difficult for us to penetrate into that team. So we get when I'm talking when I meet a rock, that's my yeah, that's him. You will do that. I don't want to rugby. You get you get a million. I know I can say now go. Hey, when I first training, that is one former wrestler. Edge. None of this thing I do spear.
Yes.
So but spear one that was it. Because some more being then that was it. Because we told you what party like sport the target to get our support to get our labor hell. So that's where I ended up. So senior school when hotel I didn't do much.
After rugby or higher man.
And I was done because I got injury here. No, hunger call. Shut us, girl. Wait. Imagine I put on it now. Bloody baba. So we get chase. Yeah, very true.
But now at a later stage, after us now, Fetzas girl, you ventured into coaching. What inspired that?
Yes. My story of coaching is funny in the sense when we moved to Boatle, Taung Boatle.
Yeah.
Because I loved football very much. I tried to identify a local club, a local team. Let me join this team and be part of it. All that. But let me be part of this. So there was Taung Young Strikers there.
Yes.
It is still a society club. And it was training so then I joined the club. Can I get trainer lebon? So Buban goalkeeper. Even goalkeeper, but Basan register. I kept on training. So I want to what's Mama Tagawa and Ligi to race smaller. So Ronaldo Fananga, Papa Yinya, and nobody ball boy couldn't. Can't tell Tagawa. I gents. Robalero still. Because la retata and so so there was a guy Abidua Shobi Marope. I forgot his real name. Shobi Marope. Kena Batantara Mona Memona Jikos. Only space by his own club area Mobile. Because the Matagana Valley Tamela Lawi Pandala Co. Let's have a game go and while I was on a chance. She said, I remember I got a man. So you use them a late dinner. I will later tell you the names of some of the guys. I don't go so Robert di Pale. So we to Panagamusora, Catari Pale, and then Tawla.
But isn't that place rocky?
It is rocky, but you have to clear everything because now you have to play. Can I imagine? Yeah, push your Robaga no open what's no, yeah, never see me and a small lava. But now I'm team. So when I did him Pomas is a coach, he's currently coaching Taung Young Strikers. Mona, there's a youth development association in Oarabile, which I feel if you can be part of it, when our team are you benefit a lot and you really enjoy it. Okay, what happens? No, you can register your team. You're fantastic. We registered the team.
Yes.
So now I'm take a
So team any pizza ma okay.
Yeah. Repeat no lina le pala Taung United what United hele I don't try to retreat kakasara I represent desert but that's so we named the team Desert Killers. We registered among the CDA a league. We registered under 17 and under 15 and under 13. That is where we had.
Which year is this, man?
It was in 2009. Yes, I'm sorry if I'm mistaken, but 2009. So we joined the league, and I remember our first game. We were playing a tournament in Krokwe. I think it was in Mafika course. And our under 17 lost 6-0. Our under 15 lost 2-0. And our under 13 won. In the was Magadi 7 aside. Under 13 won 1-0. So we kept on going. Invited a lot of young boys from Taung and Boate surroundings. It was very difficult, but that was the birth of something that became so special to me.
So now you went to CD, as part of your induction, Lemo coaching. What were you doing there?
Yes, after I registered these boys, now as part of the association in terms of being the coach, and that is when now the volunteers from UK were coming in, to train us about leadership, life skills and all that. So they identified me, and then I was chosen to go with the youth instructor course, 2010. That's it. A year later in Pretoria. I remember I was chosen by our sports leader by then. I forgot her name. I'm sorry, but we were two. It was me and Dimpo, and we went to do the instructor course. So when we came back, now we were given new roles to be instructors. And
was this instructor course specific to a particular association or particular philosophy?
Not really. It was more of go and be trained in sports and how you can integrate life skills more sporty, regardless of the sporting code that you want to use. Either you want to use volleyball, you want to use football. But at CDI we said, let's try to use football because it's the one that is very easy and the one that we can relate to so easily. So we chose football by then. We also had drama. So we had those two fields. So we were given the rules to train more leaders and coaches in the Southeast
in the
region.
Community.
Yes. That's when there was a new partner that came in, which was called Skillshare International, that now introduced us to the whole country. When we were given, work to go and train young coaches, young leaders, Kobo Tsabong, Kobo Francistown, Kobo Pig. So that's when I started to travel a lot in this country to train young leaders in those areas. So, but the most important thing is I was keeping my team together. I made sure that I don't lose that team.
13, 15, 17,
and that is when my under 13 by then, it had players that are playing now currently in the Premier League. Some of them, if Tatana Kamanyan was part of the under 13 by then, Lebopo Moremet Rollers was playing for that under 13. Gift Kamanyane with Ganas now was playing. Mwetredi Cheu at Matebele FC was playing, just to name a few. So I kept that team because I felt these boys, they had something special.
Because never win one note, it's anyways Roma seats.
Yes, but from what I was taught by those guys from UK was especially Nick Levet. He had a huge impact in my coaching at that age. What he taught me was these ones, the under 17s, they are done, they are gone. You can't really develop them that much. But with this under 13, you still have time to develop them. You still have time to improve them, to teach them the basics that you need to teach them, and you can get some good players from this. So that's where now I try to focus more on the under 13s by then.
You just raised an important point there. Are you actually saying we always talk of the under 17s as if they're under development, while actually is very late?
Yes, it's very late. And at the age of 16, 17, it's very late to really say you are developing a player. I mean, let's be honest. You take Europe, for example. There are players who are making debut in the senior team at the age of 16, at the age of 17. Because we are saying at that time, you should be ready to play competitive football. So you can't really develop him that much. Yes, you can try to improve him as a player. But in terms of development aspect, you can't really do much.
I see.
Yes.
After the CD, I think we should also intertwine this, or at some point after the Desert Keys, now you went into the formal football. Yes,
Kanano now, when I was part of CD, now they proposed that they employ me permanently or full time, and then I agreed. But one thing that I always wanted was to be empowered more, and that's one thing that they really gave the youth of the Southeast District. To really give them the opportunity to be empowered. So I was happy to be part of that association because I knew they were going to improve me. I knew they were going to, empower me more. So I joined them, and from 2012 now, I was a full-time employee at Southeast District Youth Department. So that made me to be able to now, support my team better. And even financially, now it was better to play some friendly games now, and all that, and that really helped in terms of having these boys to gain experience in playing in different villages. So 2015, now I'm growing as a coach, and I'm on the under 17. So I was under 17. That we are in Taung area, Taung Boat. So there's a team called Taung Bolax. It's doing very well. So a friend of mine, I'm the manager of this team. So I was working. Yes, I was working with him City. And I'm finding about they're coming very well. So Matagaba someone under 17. Where are they going? You've raised a very
Taung Young Strikers,
No, Taung Young Strikers was done. No, honestly speaking, we were long done. Salary done. Even them never saw keep any contact with us. Only NSHOB Marope was the one who now checker and all that. What do I eat? So we are done. And then that's when I said, okay, you are a very important issue here. Where will these boys go? Because now, Habari Chabo 18, they need to be introduced now to what? Senior football. Can I be able to manage them now? Balago senior football. Can I handle the pressure that comes with owning now a team that is registered in the BFA structures? Then I said, no, I can't. Majid Atsadi player like that. I gave him Messi by then, went Gifty. Lebopo. There was another player called Mutusi Band. He's a cousin to Kamanyam. Phenomenal player. Very, very good player. Unfortunately, he didn't go far with him. Very, very deadly. I'll never forget that talent, believe me. Mutusi Band, we called him Dombo. And then Teddy. Teddy was something else. He was very, very good by then. And they joined Bolax. And they were at the age of 17. Teddy was around 18 now. So they joined Bolax, and I said, hey, I think it's time now I focus on my because now kana under 17 when kana kota sego. Hey, no kota what we are. Hey, I develop a pala because mommy, can I go home? Hey, coach, can I go home? We are training.
The 17.
Hey. To be the bane ba tswa morunya taung ne ba tengo hamara to botase o wala go struggle ante so ba ke ba tanka hanga ba rise ya no ha team ntsi go la o tswa go te digo zona le team ha bonnang so ba boate bone they come hey mona ba ke ba di rise ke problem ya there is no hunger I want hard work after ke ba then can I go so hey mona go feel about bala o ka temba develop and to get the best. And I said, you know what, it's done. And as much as I love this team, we built it from scratch. maybe it's time I let these boys go, and then now focus on my career as a coach. And that is when now, after about 3 months or so, Taung Young Strikers called me. And they said, Mona, we want you to be part of our technical team. Okay. I went. So we started the league. We trained, I think I trained them for 2 weeks. So there was the coach by then was a police officer. So most of the time he wasn't available. So I was training the team. So after 2 weeks, we played the league. And our first game, we were home against home defenders. Oarabile. Home defenders beat us 3-1. Immediately after the game, there was a gentleman, Mr. Mochotli. I think he's still around, by Mr. Jones. And Mr. Ikane, he's there in Ramazuni, Rana, home defenders back then. Bang approached it. Immediately after our loss against them. But man, we want to go home defender. Hey, that mind you, that was my second week later on Striker. Lampata. Hey, man, Bata will give you this. Transport from Sidia, what training, training while I pay. Hey, that's a hope for a night. Immediately I will give you a feedback. When I get home, I don't know. I know you got a colleague. I've trained home defenders. So the next day, I joined the home defenders. Say, balance 3 points by similarly.
But what was a coach?
But I was an assistant coach. Totally interim coach because coach in elite.
Exactly.
Yeah. I left. Then I joined the home defenders. So basically, that's how I joined the home defenders. Our first season, I was the head coach there. First season, and that was my first, appointment as the head coach.
Which year was this?
2016. 2016, if I'm not mistaken. 2016, 2017. Yes. Now, first season we finished third, if I'm not mistaken. Third. They were very happy.
Where they play? Was it Division 1?
Division 2. Division 2. Which they normally call third division. We finished third, yes. Third or fourth, I'm sorry if I'm mistaken. And they were happy with how the team did. And it was more like brother team, but no coach Ikio. No, they offered me a better offer. That's when a guy called Letlapeng came in. He's a musician, I believe you know him. Came on board as well. Kotsomati came on board as well. Coach everything. We want promotion at the Division 1. No problem. If you support me, we'll do it. But then there was a team called Push United. If I'm not mistaken. So it was very, very, very good in that league. So season started. We played very well. We did very well. We finished the season really pushing 2. No promoted 2 teams. So Push got number 1, I got number 2. Went to Division 1. Yes, that's when we got in Division 1. Now the Rinze is similar. Was at the same time the Spanish Skillshare International. They are demand
the program.
So the program. So I'll travel for 2 weeks. So that really disturbed Spanish Sakatata go Division 1 go defenders. Then I ended up because I'm held up go Spain. Then I had to resign from the team. Unfortunately, I held up Division 2. And we get like a Spanish was no problem.
But then along the way, I think Letlapeng.
Letlapeng actually came later on. After home defenders, after season now a new season, there was a team that was registered in Mosefari region called the Athletico Mokgosi. Dem Club. Owned by Oarabile Mokgosi. I called him Hollywood. Hey, what a gentleman. So he approached me, this guy, and I remember I was at a pub by then. There was a guy called Sportivo. I forgot his real names. He's from Taung. He was a very good player. And Abatlale Kabelo, Batagohon, Mana reformile team ya rona. So by then ne ba tswa Taung Bollacks more. Apparently they ba dule go Bollacks because ne ba lwetse di free kick le bole bopole bo khamanyana by then. So e ba re ba go itirela team ya mo.
So ke be to ratla go team.
Yes. So abang approach wa bona. Abang approach ba bona ke smooth ke ba itirela team mona ibile ata go hira net coach.
O nonze.
No, you are in TP. Mona I'll tell you the story at the. Brother, man, sport ke man bra, we tsore bolo e so thaboleka. Sport ntare mona ndabona le man. Mona it's no football. Okay. So when we agreed same weekend for our join his team. Avantar mona, can you make a tournament the next weekend?
Yeah.
It will need money.
No problem.
No problem. Call Bramanel. Nelson only believe was still with Black Period.
Yeah.
Branel Farag. Hey, I need your team here. Huh? I need to play with you here.
I'm loaded.
With team one. I think he thought I was still with home defender.
Yeah.
No, the Athletico. What is that?
Oarabile Wilshere, but
no problem. Bramanello as a father to me. I said no problem. We'll come. Diro Black Forest chairman.
Yeah.
Brady T, huh? I want you to come to Ramos and play a tournament with us.
What Nick Moses did?
He agreed. They were my brothers. They agreed. Now we need a team. In a worry, we'll pull a crowd. You can Killer Giants.
Yeah.
And Killer Giants were on board. Brah, we trained 1 week. We won the tournament. And the funny thing. Team and players that is better than me.
No sign.
Hey.
Was this during pre-season?
Yes, it was during pre-season. Window period, yes. The boy wants to come stock now. Christopher Lem, Nyasha, Ogo Systems. He was part of that team. Kala go third. Masitoka Uleboge Ramotse, Modric, woman is there to me as you speak. He was part of that team. When I'm talking se kaka man never. Muda wona some kaka ke shikilebetse nna gago. Se kaka o someday. Make I don't make company day. Hey, what a player. What a play. You know bo Bobby le bo Manzini. Mana ga le botle my king but then ne ba ka tseng mo Premier League. But ba tseng go third. We are untouchable.
Yeah. Kapel loaded ga.
No, I don't go score go. Kana tournament by then nigga you are 10,000 to ke prepare. Kaya ga di trophy ni go trade world go te go kopana go ila 2.5.
Amo ga ma pero o relax o gata.
So that was it. Wow. I remember weekend that tournament. Kala gizo go drive.
I was there for your bolo.
Awanela bantabunya kuri nzinyane tsanda bantabanda. Mona tsa.
Yeba.
Ura ro to ba ke ntsetse tsile tournament ka no thokela ke yone. Mona ha gizo go drive ba mali. Let's come to Mamsa's Luatala. Come and drive. Hey, I'll pay you when I get.
I'm not there. Okay, still have the song for me.
Yeah. Those are the times. But the Athletico was a great project. It was a great project. We played in the lake with surprise 11 in Abu Mopako, Donald Mopako. We played the 11 experience. What they pay. Those were good teams by then. Mosefa region. And we won the league unbeaten. Unbeaten. We won the league, gained promotion. Hey. Now after promotion, there comes an issue. You guys used the default the whole season. Hey. Can we get can I give the plan at all? Whatever. Have no police tell me more. And then that's when we realized that one of the players was a player for Team Nkumusho, but he was it or something. I get what I go. And then the KC. How you gonna go no? We had to engage a lot of people to help us in the case.
But you guys are loaded.
Yeah, it was easy, man. I remember I will never speak about the gentleman's name. That gentleman, we paid him, I think 5,000 to just sit there by the hearing. No, we will win this case.
Yeah.
I'm there. We will win this case.
Yeah.
I know it's football.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. And then we had another guy from town. He was called Bakao. Just use that name only, and he was part of the legal team. He was very good with legal matters, but I didn't know if he could manage football issues. Can I say there are two different things? But we lost the case. We were deducted 4 points.
Just the 4, eh?
Yes, because only 2 teams. That's why we had some protest. When I can't see, I mean, I can't protest. Because our protest, no points now. Yeah, so now we were at level home defenders 11 experience getting points. No, not home defenders. A surprise. 11 experience. So we had to play 3 team playoffs. But fortunately, we won the playoffs. And that's when I saw something I've never seen. In terms of, we didn't train. We trained, I think, a day. The next day, the playoff day, the owner Kabel,
new boots.
He came with new boots. Now can make it away when a week before. Go Neymar. Hell. Ele Pepuliana. Was it Pepuliana? Yes, I remember Pepuliana. Hey, one never had the team. But it was something else. Come on, you can bring new boots. Madagabasa trainer can so. Come match day. Madagade will struggle. Oh no, let's play. Can make a moving ching. I'm 20 minutes over the guy about like call. But like trainer. So we draw the surprise level.
The first game.
Yes. So what I was a surprise experience. Yes. I know we wrong idea.
Because he didn't play.
Yeah, but all alone nigga sanga Christopher Lemme copy. Hanga delay come. Are you fine? Man, are you qualify? Please, the Ramata can sing Boba Lebo. What's the problem? I don't like you for meditating more than time. Hey, you're not playing me. Okay. That's a good problem. I can't feel you ahead of this guy. So that was it. I knew by then what that was it. How they will see massive. But fortunately we won the playoffs. We had good players in that team, honestly speaking, and then we were promoted to Division 1 safer. And then that came Division 1. Now during pre-season, that's when now Bakang came in very strongly as team. And by then got the division nigga team really 2 years. So when he came on board now, even that I felt it was very difficult to work under this thing. Mind you, by then coaching was a part-time thing for me. So niggas I wouldn't mind the line could look at some but we got into the Division 1. We played one game, first game against Tourism. I think that's when we brought in there was a boy called Sheikh C. We brought in Bo Skype, Bo Toto, Bo Silebo, Bo Lalana. We brought in a lot of good players, and when we started the Division 1 season, we drew against Tourism. Second game, we played against Taung Young Strikers. Now we had Saho Prophet Keletsomwen. They beat us 2-0. Funny enough, again, immediately after the game, Madida was the manager of Taung Young Strikers. Madida came to me and said, Prophet wants to see you. How?
But we are still working with Madida
Go City. Yes, so the relationship was always there. How? Okay. Yeah. What's up? Man, I don't know. So I'm shaking because but I didn't know what came out. No, because I'm on Monday at his farm. And I want you in my team. I've seen something in you that I've never seen. And I need you to join me. Ay man, I make that all the team here. Get to get to Taung Young Strikers. Who pushed to Mohobo. But hey, the offer was cool, my king. It was cool. I had to agree to it. But sister, she's a spiritual person. So when I get home, they were like, hey, Prophet Manda, hey, he's big, what, join his team.
Yeah.
You'll see the grace that will come with it. Okay. I will give it to me this month. So I joined the team. Okay, let's back coach at the team Pomasi. So we came together. Mind you, Dimpomasi.
Okay.
By then. And
is it related to Kizo?
Yes, they are cousins
okay.
to the sheriff kids. By the way, sheriff by our time, because he was the director. But then he drama. But he always loved football. And then we joined hands. She's called Shishi and Dimpomas. We worked together. And then we finished the season. I think it was the first season, but the league was won by Athletico United, if I'm not mistaken. And then that's when the next season we parted with Dimpo. And then they said, can you take over the team? And I said, I have a good coach that I still want to work with. And who is that? Rapel Rizata. So that's when we brought in Reza. And then that season we won the league. We went to the playoffs. The playoffs, Holy Coast.
You lost the first game 3-1.
Yes. Oh, what a game against
was
Yes. I was very angry with Bradley in that game. Yes, but what a great experience. And after that, the playoffs, we came back to continue with the Taung Young Strikers.
Where's Letlapeng now?
Hey, I nearly forgot the big club. During my tenure, go the Athletico. I had 2 stints go to Athletico. I'm sorry I forgot this. I get promoted to Athletico. I began Letlapeng. Then I only coached Letlapeng for a season. Unfortunately, it was during the time where they had issues in a whole of Premier League, and it was like everyone has a Mokgosi on it.
Free fall.
I was free fall. Believe me, it was free fall because I remember I had about 13 players in official games most of the time. At training, you have about 8 players. Yes, but I was working with a great man, Narimitsa Bolo Changer. What a great coach by then. Keraho time when I did Yes, but the general it was very short because we played first division, and after that team yes, that's when now Mokgosi called me back. Actually, that was the second season. The Athletico division. Yes,
and then the Taung Young Strikers story. After that, now Township Rollers came quickly.
And then my third season with Taung Young Strikers, I had a playoff form. They build a team happy. Prophet, you know what? A lot of teams are to the playoff form. They are too bad. They are a lot to compete. I want us to maintain this team and compete and continue with this team. I was okay. And that's when we brought in a lot of good players. We competed in the FA for the first time, and I remember we played Masitauk, where we drew 0-0 in Taung, and they went on to beat us in penalties. And what a great experience. I think it was Brandon who was beating me. And then after that is when now Prophet wanted to go up. But we have failed again. Tokwen now was the one that went to the playoffs and got promoted after second opportunity in the Kukan, I think. So Prophet Abare, so Reza Abare, status Brasso, Somerset available. If you're not Kawana Madina Gasarek. And then Prophet Abare, no, I can try and see if you can get some sponsors and people to support us, and let's buy the status and go to first division. It was during the period of June, July. Yes. Everything agreed, done, status board. Done. Everything changed, everything done.
First division.
End of July, I received a call from Sydney Mahal, the Mutsaritsi Maf. Mona. How? ke le joine okay a re kopane ke tlo go bua le nna ke le no, we did meet. My first question was, how do you know me? I mean, there's so many coaches in this country. I've been just coaching for second division. Never doesn't understand. And then Bang identify like a thing. They've been monitoring me and all that. And I said to them, okay, Rollers is the biggest club in the country. Every coach would love to be part of this project or this team, and the experience you can gain in coaching some great players is out of this world. But my biggest stumbling block is Taung Young Strikers. For 3 years, that man has treated me so well. And for me to leave now, that's our status. There's something else. But no matter how you never know. I requested a meeting with Prophet Mwenda in Madrid. Hey, brother, the meeting was going to get 12, full 6. There was a time we can go with 30 minutes, only 2.
Yeah.
2. Because Prophet looked at me and said, Kana, this is your project. We agree we are buying a statement. We're not going to go as so I might as well now leave everything. So now I have to think about what? The players. The community, because by then Taung made a huge impact. Momotsi, yes. So, it was very difficult. But at the end, around 6 p.m. But Madida, and I could pick. This guy wants me to go. He's happy to see me. Go there because I think because he saw me, Kelebo, 18 years starting coaching. He was like, wow, what a moment for this boy to go. But for Prophet was more of, I'm losing a son that was so instrumental in my project. Because many times he wanted to quit football. I will ask him to stay. Because and doesn't sit well with me. Yes. So, but at the end of the day, he said, I'll give you my blessings, my son. You can go and join Township Rollers. But I could pick from him and I can leave it on his over. Because honestly speaking, I was part of that team. Thought I was very, very important in this project. Then I joined Township Rollers in 2020. It's been what? 3 years now? 2 years, 3 years, yeah.
3 years.
Yes. So I joined them August. Before the league is Simulol. Yes.
How is the Township Rollers experience compared to Letlapeng, compared to Home Defenders, compared to Taung Young Strikers?
Leadership is totally different. It's totally different. I always tell people that what you experience in other teams, you will never experience at Township Rollers. First and foremost, the way they run that team is totally different. It's so professional, believe me. The players in that team are of high level. I mean, you get to have players like Botsotso Ngele who have played in the Premier League in Selse, Tabara Kale, players who have played even in Morocco, with Cinema too. Players who have played for the national team. And the way you tend to coach them is totally different from how you coach those players. And how you manage them is the most important thing. And it's totally different, Mikey. Believe me, it's an experience that you would wish to see each and every coach going through it because it teaches you a lot of things in football. Most importantly, like I always say, it teaches you man management. You'll forever cherish them.
Let's talk about the lighter side now. What funny stories do you remember, Modiski?
Hi, man. Hey. Always but I have too much. I have too much. But I will never ever forget a time we went to Lesotho team Palapal Stars. If I were to think about that now and try to do that, they will never do it again. So this is it. I kept my license, my driver's license that year. I've never driven to at least Ramotswa Mahala. You get me? I've never taken such a long route.
Yeah.
2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Now that I have my driver's license, so Palapolo Stars says they need me to be part of. I was part of the family at Palapolo Stars. So now we have invitation to go for a tri-nation in Koliso.
Which you organized?
Yes. So I get a bus. Yes, I think I get to. No, we went Kakombia as Gela.
Yeah.
Tamara Palaj. So when we get there, but I'm saying Diga.
Yes.
Hey, Manarta Nagua had the coach got out to tell you. Huh? Wonder if they are aiming away.
Yeah.
So Coach Afcon was with us as well. Ukuma's down. He's a very close friend of mine. Yeah, okay. So Afcon will experience that driving. Sharp. So now, because I'm part of the organizing team, I have to go first to make sure everything is well in place. Well, is sold. I'm just what's our 4 players? What's our made so? This is a true story. It's a true story. You know, it's a true story. I know, I'm okay. I'm a very, very disciplined boy. But here I am Rally so. I keep getting from Ramuta to So I'm with 4 players. The goalkeeper currently with Murupu. But he's on board. He will tell you this story. I said to him, when are you happy? Your role, you won't change the music. You control this GPS. Hey! When I am like an old lady guy. About 3-4. Late. Martin drift here. So we are using phone, GPS in the phone. And mind you, phone you got team, I can have a bit. No, Ratola Center. Check on what I GPS, Harna offline. I task spa. Perfect, let's go. Mana, Rala, Puluka, no, Kirunaval. Joe Beg. So now I'm going to here. Katsu, Punyati. Hey, can't allow about they were under 17 by then. None about Tomona. Hey, Rabbit of this city. Tell you case to the wolf. Come on, hello, but I want the feet take care. We'll get traffic. I give what because never like that thing there or why I take your own side. However, I don't get about some Takaba. Takaba, when I tell you nearly all way. That's the right. Elisa Govelco. Welcome. Okay. So, Neglar about 2011 and 2012. Negrata police took a holiday. And the Tamaka get Queen. But no, how we do 10 Hi, when I'm Matagrandly, let's have my head. Now, go velco. Mother, Halet toilet and I have welcome. When I 10 pure ladies only suit. Ah, it's a mamma, now it's sorry. 10 I read it isn't all. You're going to I don't know what's at free station. What's a mobile call? I don't know free station. Caramel is 2 a year. I don't know get a mother, but to see another jana. Do you have pen and paper? Nothing from the pen P. You have like a chocolate. But it's chocolate to transfer people. Oh, don't talk about Thailand. Book 8 kilometers. Ratana, I'm writing. So let's say Fanula Kala, true story, Kuala explain it. Can't do it. I was sitting at a wing. Let's now, when a lady friend, we do little Galisu. Mudim. No, but to cut the long story short, Rawa Rawa early in the mornings. At 10 I go. So you were to ask me now, I would never. I would never ever do that.
Let's talk about the hardships that you experienced again in Modiski, right? This was a tough situation.
Yes. I'll always say this. Each and every team that you you become part of always has its own challenges. It differs in terms of the level and the kind of challenge that you come across. But for me, I think the most difficult ones was my time in Letlapeng. I mean, I experienced something that I've never experienced. You know, that was a big team back then. But to have about less than 15 players in a season, sometimes you train with 8 players, you train with 1 ball or 2 balls if you are lucky. Was really, really difficult. I mean, you can't even plan a training session when you have such. And for me, I think it built me into a stronger person, and that made me be able to handle all the challenges that I can come across in my coaching career. But hey, Letlapeng experience was so tough.
Yeah. Yes. Our football has been infiltrated, you know, where people use mood. What's your opinion on that?
Personally, I respect people's religions, and I always feel football should be played on the field of play, first and foremost. And for us to play the game in the field of play, we should prepare ourselves for that. And how do you prepare yourself? Through training. And I believe even at our training sessions, I don't think there's any team that uses Muti at that training sessions. So for me, I believe as much as it's people's religions or their beliefs, they should make sure that we respect the aspects of football in terms of training and playing in the field of play. So for me, I always try by all means to keep myself away from other people's beliefs and religions. Yes.
What's your advice now on these upcoming youngsters? You know, maybe who wants to be like you or who wants to play professional football?
Yes. I think the most important thing that they should, do is to follow their passion. If you are passionate about the game, follow it, but don't just follow it. Work hard for it, because for us to arrive where we are, I'll never say I've arrived at a point where I feel I've done it in my football career. I'm still far. But through the hard work and the work that I put in each and every day, I believe I can go somewhere. And I believe these young boys, I mean, nowadays there's so much information, there's a lot of technology, and for these players, they can learn a lot of things very easily in the internet. So they need to really put in a lot of work and make sure that they stay disciplined and really try our means to stay away from things that will distract their careers, because most of them they easily get distracted by small things that they see in the internet, and they lose focus. So my advice to them is always stay focused and keep on working hard. And not everyone will get the chance at the time they wish to get the chance. I mean, you can break into the Premier League at the age of 27. You can break into the Premier League at the age of 18. So always be patient and wait for your chance, because you never know when it will come.
Perfect. Good, Demba. Thanks for your time, and continue doing well. I hope God will bless you. You'll receive more, and whatever you wish for, you'll actually get it in the future.
Thanks, my king. I really appreciate being here, and be blessed, my king.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach Oarabile Wilshere Seabo, former home defenders, Letlapeng, the Athletico Mokgosi, Taung Young Strikers, currently with Township Rollers as an assistant coach. Until we meet again next time. Bye-bye.